Okay, so it's been a rough week. I had a couple things I wanted to do. I wanted to get some of the pieces that I didn't have for the cloth gladiator set for season 2. And then I decided kind of spontaneously to do the Jailer's Gauntlet. I had I had heard about it. I was kind of interested in it. I like Torghast, and kind of had mixed success with both. So 9.2 is now completely officially live. We're now in season 3, as you can see there. So I had most of the pieces already because of my where oh, you're not going to show it to me because I don't have the whole set. Is that what I'm to understand here? Oh, that is just kind of stupid. Yeah, so I got the robe. I already had the um I already had the um head, hands, and belt. So I was just trying to get the shoulders and the robe. And so I basically started out with 0 conquest, got to I think it was about 980 some, I think, if I remember correctly. Um, on my mage, which I don't typically play that often. Um, and I only had those pieces because of my priest, and I wasn't buying a lot of gear for my priest because I couldn't get past unranked, so I didn't want to have a lot of gear that I couldn't upgrade. So, basically that was all I really needed, though. Just the head, shoulders, chest, hands, belt. Depending on the belt, it's kind of optional. And then I was just going to let the feet go because you can always find different. You can always substitute feet fairly easily. I don't play any classes that they're um, all that noticeable, like a Tauren or anything like that. So, and in fact, if you play a Panda, if you play a Pandaren, they hide their feet. All you see is their like paws. So I did manage to get the robe. I did earn enough for the robe, and then that pretty much. I thought I was gonna have enough for a robe, and then maybe like a PvP chest. I didn't have enough for the chest. I had 300 and something. I think you need 375. The other thing was I didn't have a high enough rating. I didn't realize that because I had bought it on my monk, which had like an 1800 rating. So of course you need 1400. So didn't realize that. Then I realized I have some different. I have pieces for different sets here. So I'm assuming this is from um, Time Walking, and I realized I actually had shoulders for the normal. So I was like, well, and I was kind of when you could actually flip back and forth. I was kind of going back and forth looking at them, and they're a slightly different tint, but the model it's more a unique model really than anything else. So it's not like one thing's red and one thing's blue and you're trying to make it match. So I think those shoulders will do well enough. I was kind of looking at it, so I did, however, unlock or not unlock, but I did get all 3 Great Vault rewards. So there is still a chance I will get the shoulders. So let's see here. Yeah, out of I played 20 games and I won before, and that was just in large part due to the fact that nobody was playing, so it took forever to get groups together. And no. But I do get the head that I already have. Damn you! Oh, I was so hopeful that I was going to do this, and they were just gonna be right there, and I was gonna be like, finally, the whole set. But no, no. Trinket, which is I really want to do mythics on this character though, so I don't know if any of this, how good any of this is gonna be. I think what the ring is the lowest I've already got. Yeah, the heads. I really like my trinket, so probably the ring by default, because mastery and versatility are pretty good. Everything has haste, though, and haste seems to be kind of a problem for fire, because I'm relying on fireball. But that is the only, when you roll out the other two, so let's go ahead and take that, that's fine. And there we go. So, yeah. I did play around with the PvP talents a little bit. I don't normally play PvP on my mage, just because I typically I just don't like playing PvP on my mage. I will play on my on my priest, on my warlock. I prefer my warlock. If for just a DPS class. I did have to swap some things around. I did look up what the guide on Icy Veins, more so for the PvP talents, but it did have some suggestions for the actual talents. I think it wanted you to take Searing Torch, yeah, because it deals with Scorch. I just kept Pyromancer. It works good enough. The 8% chance actually procs quite a bit. I had Blast Wave for the knockback effect. It suggested you take Shimmer because it gives you 2 charges. Replaces Blink, gives you 2 charges, and is castable while you're casting other things like Fireball. This just did not seem to benefit me all that much. Again, kind of coordination. I suppose if I was playing more hardcore PvP on my mage, this might have more benefit. I might actually get used to using it. Blazing Barrier worked well enough. That was kind of where I kept seeing the problem was I couldn't keep my armor up as much as I wanted. This basically gives you another charge of your Blazing Barrier, basically your ice barrier. So you can kind of keep this for when the other one runs out from Blazing Soul. So it's kind of nice. Definitely worth, especially on some maps if you're in a fight over a base or something like that. Blinking around you're going to do anyway, so you're not doing anything out of your normal rotation. So yeah, I like this. I switch back and forth. Like I said, I had taken Blast Wave for the knockback for something. It must have been Mythics, because that's the only thing I can think of. Incanter's Flow I already had. Flame On I already had. I swapped out Ice Ward, which I normally prefer for Ring of Frost. It's probably the most I've ever used Ring of Frost. And it actually worked well with one of the PvP talents. So this is kind of the default that everyone was taking, kind of your equivalent of your Monk's Ring of Peace there. Flame Patch I already had. I had Meteor. which is funny because it wasn't that long ago in, I'm pretty sure it was maybe Battle for Azeroth. Um, this is what was recommended for PvP. Now kindling is recommended for PvP from what I saw when I was looking things up. So I thought, well, okay. And I did this because it worked again with one of the talents. So you had two things reducing your. You were basically getting 4 seconds um, off your combustion, so that worked really well. And then for the talents, what did I have? Did I still have Greater Pyroblast, which now for some reason no one uses? I think I did. I think I still had Greater Pyroblast. I swapped that out for Pyrokinesis. Your fireball reduces cooldown of combustion. Um, and then I had tried. Yeah, I think I had Flame Cannon. No. No, I had Tinder. So, your Fireball, if you have not cast Fireball for 8 seconds, your next one will have a higher chance to. Um, will deal increased damage with reduced cast time. Not bad. Not great either. I swapped it out for Ring of Fire because that seemed interesting. It does 24% of the target's damage. Greater Pyroblast did 35. So about the same, give or take. Bearing in mind our stats are much lower than they were in the last expansion. This kind of worked. I would throw this down and then put down Ring of Frost, trying to like keep the if it was around a flag or a base or something, trying to keep the other team in um, the Ring of Fire. It just took so long to set up, and in the time 1.6 seconds that you're casting this, you're getting attacked. So played with this for a few games. Feel like I got it to work. It didn't work bad. Didn't seem to make much of a difference on my DPS. Bearing in mind I have virtually no PvP gear. So then went back to Flame Cannon. Flame Cannon does a variety of things. It increases your health, it increases damage, and it increases the range of your spells. So, and all you have to do is stand still for 2 seconds. So your health is getting increased, which is important being a cloth character, and a mage, which everyone seems to come after for some reason. Damage done is increased. Damage done is increased, which is important, obviously, for being fire or really any spec. But I think specifically fire and maybe arcane would benefit most from that because you're already doing quite a bit of damage as is. And then the range of your spells especially is important. I kind of started using Frostbolt just for the slow, which seemed to have some benefits in different situations. So just to try to keep, um, just to try to keep everyone off me. Depending on the healers and the games and everything like that, sometimes it would be like one shot and I was dead. Other times I could kind of blink out of it and get far enough away. Usually it was a warrior or something. It really wasn't, or warlocks for some reason. Warlocks seem to in several different games seem to just come after me with everything for some reason. So yeah, and I think that was pretty much it. And then of course Nether Ward armor for reduced chances of critical strikes, which I always thought was funny for a Fire Mage to have. So Yeah. So there you go, folks. Hope you enjoyed that. Kind of a smaller, kind of a shorter, smaller amount of everything this week. Like I said, didn't do too much with it being the off season and everything else. The Jailer's Gauntlet, I did fine for the first few layers, for actually the first two, and then layer three would do fine until the last boss, and then just every group I was in, no one no one would kill the ads, so we would basically just lose at that point, regardless of how many lives we had left. It seems to be one of those fights. If you don't get it right from the beginning, by the time we realized it, we had either used up what lives we had remaining, or it was just too late. We realized everything too late, and yeah, then the tormentor dude came in, and then that was pretty much it. So yeah, so I have quite a few things to work on this week. So I'm going to figure out. I'm going to start doing something with my warlock. So then there's some other things I want to do. So it should be a good week. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that, and thank you for watching.